It's early and I'm tired. Vicky's getting ready to get another workout today. Today I'm cooking for a banquet for my boys basketball team. So we have some pork to do, we have some brisket to do, and we have some chicken to do. Hey yo, this is Dash. Get ready. All right, so I'm out at Vicky. Time to get Vicky fired up. And to get Vicky fired up, I'm gonna be using the newly christened, the newly named Blaze. All right, so just Blaze. If I can find the audio clip, I'll play that. But let's do it. So one of the things about this this weed burner. Now this is a weed burner propane torch, so it's a propane torch with push button igniter. I got it from Harbor Freight. It hooks up to a regular 20-pound propane tank. You just need to crack the torch a bit. Once you get you can hear it hopefully from over there. Now you got the fire going, you can turn it up. And then once you turn it up, you can get your fire lit. So now before I put this out, I'm gonna just make sure that my charcoal is lit. And usually I stop once I see the grates or the piece of metal here turn red hot. All right, so now that Vicky is full of water and I got the fire started, time for me to go ahead in the house and get the meat seasoned. I'll be back out in a bit. Okay, so I'm back out with Vicky. Vicky is well up to temperature, and let's try to turn her a little bit so you guys can see a little better. Now, Vicky, if you guys are new here, you don't know, Vicky is my vertical insulated reverse flow smoker. The heat and smoke come from down here up the side. There's an opening up at the top. The heat and smoke come down in the cooking chamber, and in the back of the cooking chamber, down low, there are two 4-inch stacks which come out in the back there. That's how the heat and smoke reverses flow in this smoker. So now I'm gonna get her loaded up. Yes, I just put 2 briskets on the same shelf. That will increase my cooking and decrease my cooking time. Some of you guys know, I've talked about it in the past. On this particular smoker, because the heat and smoke come in from the top, I don't like putting things up where this top shelf would be. And the reason being is it's just too much intense heat. So as opposed to drying my chicken out that I'm gonna put up on top, I don't. And today, because I have 2 briskets, I need 10 pounds of brisket. So these are both 13.5-pound briskets. So I'm gonna have a little bit of an overage, which is like, yay. I'll get to have some brisket. But because of that, I'm gonna put them both on this shelf, and it's not gonna affect the cooking at all. The only thing that will be affected is that middle seam where they are touching won't have as much bark. It's really not that big of a deal. So at this point, the next thing I'm gonna get in the smoker is the chicken. I'll be back. All right, so my patented, as John would say, Kool-Aid flavored chicken is done, or is loaded. Now I give people the main bone of contention for a lot of people who see some of my videos, and they might see the first video or see a video period, and it's the first one of mine they see, is they say, why on earth would you put chicken above anything else to cook? And the reason being, in my thought process, is and I put pork at the bottom. I'm consistent. I do the same thing every single time. Chicken and beef always go above pork, or chicken and lamb always go above pork. The last thing I usually put in the smoker is always the pork, and the lowest thing I put in the smoker is always the pork. I don't want any pork up top, dripping on any beef or any chicken, because of the fact, and I cook in the order in which things are going to be done fastest. The chicken is going to be done before the beef and the pork. The brisket might be done before the pork. It just kind of depends on how much pork I'm putting into the smoker. Now again, to get back to why I put chicken above, above beef or pork, chicken finishes first. So any germs or any bacteria or anything that's going to come from the chicken and go to the brisket or go to the pork will be killed off, because the brisket finishes at a temperature closer to 200 degrees. The pork finishes at a temperature closer to 200 degrees. The safe cooking temperature for chicken is, comment down below, but it's lower than 200 degrees. Get off my back about me putting chicken up on top. It's okay. Unless you can tell me and prove to me that it's not. Please leave a comment down below. I'm gonna get the pork now. All right, so I have my chicken, I have my brisket, and I have my pork. At this point, I really need to rein the temperature in just a little bit. The temperature inside of Vide is a little warmer than I would like it to be. So I'm gonna rein the temperature in, and I'll see this in a couple hours.
Later that same evening.
So normally, this will be where you would see me serving the food to everyone and everyone having a good time and everyone enjoying everything. But no! There seems to have been a problem with the camera. I don't know whether the battery died. I don't know whether it overheated. I don't know what it was. I don't think the battery died because I do have a clip of the room of people who were there. So here's that. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards the fact that maybe the camera overheated. Sorry guys. If you guys want to see what ended up happening, I did a banquet like this for the school or for the kids or the basketball organization at the school last year. I'm going to link it up in the corner as well as at the end of the video. And then last but not least, I'm going to leave you with a shot of my plate. Thank you so very much for watching. I do apologize. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with this new camera. What I ended up doing was I set it up on a soda machine pointing down to where I was going to be serving food and things like that. And unfortunately, like I said, I think the camera overheated or something. But hopefully, maybe if I can do this again next year, I can actually capture the whole thing. But don't forget, at the end of this video, there will be a link to the video from last year so you can see what actually happened in last year's banquet or at last year's banquet. So thank you again, as always, for watching. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. If you could, do me a solid and hit that thumbs up for me. If you like what you saw, if you learned something, please leave me a comment down below. Last but not least, I'll see you guys next time.